It came from the dollar store. This is, I believe, episode 4 of an ongoing, apparently popular series on this channel. You guys seem to like when I do these dollar store adventures. Basically, inside this dark box of mystery, still working on the name of the box. I'm going to get around to something eventually. Inside this box is a series of different dollar store items, some of which exclusive bootlegs to dollar stores or dollar variety stores. Other things are just clearanced items that just never did well in stores, and they end up in this box, which some have also questioned could be perhaps a portal into my black hole, which I haven't mentioned in a long time. Maybe this is my black hole that seems to just have outlet points to all the dollar stores in my area. It's kind of like the boogeyman's lair from the real Ghostbusters. But we're going to get this opened up, and we're going to check out the stuff that has been acquired and has been placed inside the box of mystery. I'm going to take the lid off. And no, this is not other channels that also do dollar store items. Apparently dollar stores are fairly common in places all over the world. So let's go ahead and grab the first item. I'm going to grab this one because it's sticking out from the top here. We've got Finding Dory. This is a Dory Dory Hatching Heroes to be exact. Now, I thought these were fairly popular. It seemed to be a popular thing like Hatching Heroes, where it starts as an egg and it turns into a character, but Dollarama apparently would think otherwise, as they were selling it for $4. Didn't do well, dollar store got it. The back shows you how they can transform. It looks like it's pretty straightforward. It comes to us from, of course, Disney.com/Finding Dory. I guess, oh, and specifically Bandai. I'm going to grab Hank for this. And we're going to get this cut open. Not only are we looking at the packaging on these products, we're going to also open them up and test them out. Maybe they are worth the amount that they are said below or on the front of the package, but we'll find out. Now this, if you are a longtime viewer, thank you for sticking around, by the way. Longtime viewers will know that this series was originally called Is It Worth a Buck? And those have asked, how come you just didn't call it Is It Worth a Buck? Well, as you can probably see, the things aren't really so much $1 anymore. So we went with, it came from a dollar store, because this, of course, is $4. So we're going to get Dory out of the package, as I've made an absolute mess trying to get her out of this. All right. So she is an egg, or the closest thing to an egg that she could be, for the fact that she transforms into a fish. I imagine that the transformation is fairly straightforward. I'm not going to look at the instructions on the back, no siree, even though it's only 3 instructions. I'm assuming that the fins fold outward. They are also on ball joints, so you can move them around to your heart's content. This, I'm assuming, flips forward, and in virtue, and while you do that, it seems like this back part flips out too. See? Watch. No, I can't do it. There we go. Flip the face around. Hey, there's Dory. And then on the back side, you're just going to bring this out completely and fold out her tail. Now, I have to admit, that's pretty ingenious. This was ingenious when I first saw these at Toys R Us, and they probably would have been closer to about $10 a piece. But it goes to show, wait it out. Sometimes you might find better deals when these toys make it to dollar stores. Now, for a kid as well, picking this up and being able to transform Dory and her friends into little eggs and hatching heroes, I think is pretty fun. So I would say this is a pass. For $4, that's not bad. For even $10, that wouldn't have been bad either. But $4 obviously is a sweeter deal. And I do like sweet deals. Next, we have a 2-pack, just because I did pick up 2 of these. This is Mon Toys Transforming Cars. That you turn them inside out, and apparently they turn into 2 different vehicles. These were $1.25. So much so, again, I picked up 2 of these. 1 blue car, 1 yellow car, and $1.25 at the Dollarama to be exact. So we're going to get the first one opened up here. And then I think what we will do is we'll then beeline it to the second car, and then we'll transform them both together. So there's the yellow car. Move that over there. Now let's open up the blue car. And you know what? Packaging, I don't know if these ever made it to stores, like actual retail stores, but packaging looks legit. Too legit, in fact. that if I saw this in a store, pending, of course, the quality of the product inside, but based on packaging solely, I would pick these up as legit items. Okay, so again, I've got debris everywhere. Just gonna put that over there, and by over there, I basically mean the floor. And there they are right there. All right, so you've got the cars. They are a little on the, they are a little on the cheap side. You know, the tires are barely there. They feel flimsy, they feel light. Of course they're going to be transforming. They're going to fold themselves out into something else. But they are a little on the flimsy side. Here's the yellow car, which I didn't realize that it's not that much different than the blue car, other than that looks like it was also probably used for a police car, judging by the fact that there's the molded siren on the top. So there's your two cars. Again, fairly light, very, very flimsy feeling. But to transform them, and again, I'm not looking at any instructions. I like to think I'm a pro at doing this. I'm going to fold out the sides, like that. And then I'm going to take the whole car, and I'm going to flip it. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to flip it around, but I'm going to lift it up, rotate it. And funny enough, oh, you sneaky devils, look at this. Let me fold it down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Going to fold this inward and fold the sides down. Now let me show you something. It is the same car. You sneaky, sneaky Pete's. You took the same vehicle, so I'm assuming this is now going to be this car when I flip this inside out. You took the same car and you marketed it as two different releases. Sneaky. Just to show you what I was talking about, take the sides, flip this up, flip this up, spin it around, and flip it back down. And again, snap everything into place. It's a little kind of loosey floppy, but it is the same car. They literally just, it's this car to this car. I guess I should have known better, but I didn't know. It's the same vehicle, it's just flipped inside out. Now these, again, are pretty clever. Would a Hot Wheels ever entertain this idea? I think it would be smart if they, could find a way to engineer this to be a little bit more of a higher caliber of vehicle. But the idea of being able to flip it inside and out is pretty ingenious. It's not the most well executed because it does feel a little on the flimsy side, but at least it has something going for it. So between the Dory hatching heroes and the transforming, to be exact, transforming cars. I thought it had some more clever of a name, but that's the name that they gave it. Transforming cars. Two pretty clever ideas. Next, speaking of Hot Wheels, we have split speeders. And I guess the packaging is supposed to go like this or like this. If you flip it around though, it's Shark Terror. Split them and race. What does that mean exactly? Apparently you split them in half. Crazy car mashups. You split them in half and then you can merge them, I'm guessing, with other cars. Now look at this one. The Hot Dogger. Hot Dog, I would have liked to have gotten that one. There was also Drag Gone. See what they did there. Dual Racer, Hot Dogger. Circuit Breaker. Split and Tank. That one's kind of neat. Shark Terror. Terror. You see what they did in there. Chopped Rod and Samurai Split. The year on these are 2015. I just recently found these at the Dollarama once again for $4. Which, really, if you look at the cost of regular Hot Wheels are $2 and below. So these are a little bit more expensive. And even then, you're getting them at the dollar store, so they should almost be even cheaper than $4. I digress. But they're split speeders. So, these are legitimate Hot Wheels. You got your tires on either side. And the whole gimmick is they split in half. Now, I thought they might have been pegged together, but as you probably see and probably hear, they're magnetized, which could make mixing and matching a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about trying to pry apart two tabs. And mixing and matching obviously makes them a little bit easier. The trade-off, though, is that they do feel light. Like there's not really... they're by far no means any close to being the transforming cars. Those feel like they're flimsy. They feel like they're made out of like a paper towel. But these at least feel like they're a little bit more tangible, but it's still a really light plastic. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any metal, I guess, except for the screws here. That's about the only thing that's metal on these. The rest of it is plastic. But again, not a bad looking car. I feel as if the dollar store could have sold them for a little less than $4, mind you, but still a pretty neat looking car. This may be very well the most successful it came from the dollar store ever. Until, of course, the next one comes around and it's even better. We've gotten some pretty decent items here. The next one we have, reaching into the box of obscurity, the name once again, we have Splatman. Splat. $2. Dollarama. It's safe, soft, fun, sticky, and releases to flat surfaces. I'm super squishy, try me. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be taking this and throwing this against my $35,000 backdrop. That seems like that's a little bit bad choicing on my part. But I will open it up, though. There's a caution: leaving your splat slammer on walls or other porous surfaces for extended periods of time may cause discoloration of the surface. Oh, that's not good. Do not throw at windows or fragile objects. Do not throw at people or pets. Safe advice there. And play safe and have fun. Now, they put in all caps, have fun. That's the takeaway that they want you to have, is have fun. Cleaning instructions: as the product picks up dust and dirt, will not function as designed. Just wash with soap and water, then dry towel to restore to its original condition. Unless you were to wipe it with a really hairy towel, then you're just back to where you started from. So we're going to get this opened up. And if memory serves me correctly, what's the year, by the way, on this? I'm just looking. There is no year. I do not see a year anywhere on here. These were in different colors as well. And the reason why I'm wondering what year these were is the texture of them. Mr. Splatman doesn't actually feel like he's sticky or squishy anymore. In fact, he almost feels like he's like satin, or like, he almost feels like he has like a satin finish to him, which I'm sure is not the result that they originally wanted. I don't know what year this is, what year this was released. Oh, it's burning my skin. No, it's not burning my skin. I shouldn't even joke about that. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have joked about that. Being that I do not see a year on this, I can't tell you how long these have been in stores. But it actually kind of comes across more now as just a toy than it does as something that's super squishy and sticky. I guess maybe there's a surface film on it. I could probably warm this back up with water. Maybe it might resume its original state. I mean, right now it's fun from the sense that, you know, you have like a little squeeze toy, but it's certainly far from its days of being able to stick to anything. That is, mind you, of course, until I get this wet. But, you know, for its novelty, Splatman, you know, this would be enough if I walked down the aisle. I had this same sort of experience. I walked down the aisle, I looked on one side, looking at the toys, and then I looked on the other side, and this caught my eye, Splatman. It was enough to make me pick it up. Well done, Dollarama, well done. Again, I don't know how old these are, but at least, you know, from a marketing standpoint, no matter how old this is, Splatman goes a long way, as opposed to just calling it super sticky wall character. Splatman, I think, sells a little bit better. So what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 items. And you know what we do on this channel? We always do 5, at least on every video we do 5. So I'm going to grab one more item, and I'm going to try to reach to the very, very back, try to get something way, you know what, let's reach for something deep, deep in the bottom here. Let's see what we got. This is Robot. I can already tell you the direction that this is probably going to go. Robot snaps apart. That's how it's marketed. It has a choking hazard. Small parts not for children under 3 years of age. The back of it has absolutely nothing, so you can tell that this is as low as it gets for dollar store items. I can't tell you whether it's based on an original mold of something, but it's as cheap can get. By the way, I don't even know what it was. It probably was actually $1, funny enough. I can tell you right off the bat, I feel like we're going to be going out on a relative low. We started high up here, with the Hatching Heroes Dory, and we've kind of coasted, kind of done this a little bit with the transforming cars. Dropped us a little bit, you know. Then we had the Hot Wheels split speeders, kind of keeping us up a little bit. Splatman dropped a little bit. Why are you waving like this? But kind of kept it low, still moderate. I think this is going to bring us real low. So he doesn't transform. I mean, he's not advertised at all as being a transforming robot. He's literally just called Robot. To his testament, he is fairly posable because everything has been pegged together with ball joints. So you can move his legs, his arms. It looks like he's got a gun. Does the gun come out? It does. This does absolutely nothing. It's just kind of like a bladed sword. And it can fit, I think, in both of his hands. So if you had two of these, you could, not that you would even invest in one of these, but if you had two of these, for the sake of argument, you could theoretically have him holding two weapons. Head sculpt is okay. Kind of looks like a cross between a Transformer and a Stormtrooper. These don't, I don't think these do anything. They don't come off. His head does rotate. Okay, I'll give it that. I don't think this chest piece does anything. Maybe it would self-destruct. That would be bad. So apparently, the whole gimmick is he snaps apart. Now, whenever I see, like, for me, I'm all about the way something is worded. If I see snap apart, I would think it makes more sense to say pulls apart and snaps together rather than snaps apart. Snap I think of more as the motion of putting something together rather than snaps apart. Snaps apart, I automatically think it's breaking the item. I'm snapping it apart. I think they probably should have said pulls apart. So what I can do, I can take the legs off, I can take the arms off. And I think, let's see if I can get the arms on, the legs on his torso, just to show you how it can snap apart. Probably should have thought that a little bit better, I think. I'm going to take the gun out of his hand. There we go. And we're going to snap the arms. I really don't have much else I can do with this because I really only have 4 things that I can pull apart and snap together. See, that works when I say snap together. And let's say if can I turn the head? Okay, I can pop the head off. I guess I could put the head anywhere else as well. I'm going to put that in place. And I've made this weird kind of walker sort of thing. It feels cheap, but surprisingly it doesn't feel like hollow, cheap, nasty plastic. It feels like it's a pretty decent plastic, but it's still really light. And to its testament at least, even though it's hollow, it has no visible hollow pieces to it. I think I'm going to turn the head around again. I realize the error of my ways. The head should have gone this way. There we go. All right. Meh. Robot snaps apart. Not even close. That's not right. Again, not the greatest of the toys, but it's still, for what it is, and what it is pretty crappy. At least it doesn't have... I mean, if you look at this versus, say, a Transformer that's out nowadays, they have very visible hollow plastic in their legs, their arms. This at least is completely finished all the way around, so I'll give it points for that. Big screw holes on the backside, sure, there's that. But it's not bad, even though it doesn't really do all that much. I would say, and now I'm just kind of looking at everything that we looked at in this video, I would say probably my favorite thing may be the Hatching Heroes Dory. Now that's somewhat cheating because this really wasn't initially a dollar store item. I just so happened to find it in a dollar store after the fact. But its transforming capabilities certainly makes it a little bit more of a fun toy for the kids to play with. I would say also this is pretty fun, being able to separate the split speeders. And despite the fact I feel slightly robbed, because it's just basically the exact same car, I think if the right company got like this sort of idea and had a transforming car, I think they would be pretty fun. These feel pretty cheap, but you know, for what they're doing, I think they're fun. So as a whole, I have to walk away from all this video thinking this was a pretty good, it came from the dollar store. Some pretty decent items. Not all of them were fantastic. I think the lesser of the lot was probably the robot. But all in all, and you know, Splatman, okay, Splatman was the worst because he really didn't do all that much. But all in all, not a bad selection of things coming from the dollar store. It came from the dollar store. This was episode 4. If you guys like this kind of video, certainly let me know down below with a comment and a like, and we'll try to do more of these on a regular basis. Of course, as well, stay tuned. There's still tons of other videos happening on this channel as well, and to make sure that you're never missing a beat, make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below as well. Make sure you check off that little bell notification down as well, so you'll never miss a beat, like I said, when new videos are coming onto this channel. As always, guys, thanks for watching as you always do. See you next time.